Welcome to another session where we train you how to do radio. My name is Lee K. Thank you very much for subscribing to Izwa, IZWAA. And remember to hit the subscribe button, share, ask questions, comment, and we can also then reply you, respond. But thank you very much to those of you who have so far been in touch. Today we want to look at radio in a different way altogether, and we want to speak to you once again as a presenter. Remember, what I specialize in mostly is speaking and building the radio presenter. So today we want to talk about who to keep in mind when you're on radio, who to keep in mind. So we always use this pyramid to determine who you should always think about. Right at the bottom of our pyramid is you. But because you're at the bottom does not necessarily mean that you are the least important. In fact, you hold the whole equation together. But who should you keep in mind? Right on top, right at the top, we have our listener. This is who determines the success of radio. The listener or the audience. Right? The audience. Sometimes we refer to them as the ears. This is who to keep in mind. So everything that you do on radio should consider the listener. From your language, to your content, to your imaging, to how you advertise, to how you carry yourself. Everything is based on the listener. Remember, you need to connect with the listener. You need to communicate with the listener. You need to have a conversation with the listener. And most importantly, they need to respond to you. It is that response that makes commercial radio successful. So everything that you do, the music that you're going to play, what you're going to say, where you're going to play it, how you're going to play it, and everything is based on the listener, which means you need to understand your listener. We will take you through another lesson of building the DNA of your radio station. And this is done collectively as a team as you determine the DNA of your radio station. But as a presenter, you need to understand and know that right at the top is your listener. In commercial radio, the next group of people that you need to understand, that you need to serve, is the advertiser. Remember, sustainability, the life of radio. While it is being pushed by this, and remember the science of radio, the sustainability, the continuity is based on the advertiser. Lack of advertising means you might not be able to sustain that business. So, you are going to get the advertiser the ears that they want, the quality and the quantity of ears that they want, and this determined by your programming, how good you are, what are the expectations of the listeners, the audience, or the ears, and this is what makes this group of people very happy. The next group of people that you really need to consider when you are doing your radio is the stakeholder. Stakeholder, shareholder, the people responsible for the business. Obviously, when they got into this business, they had expectations. And obviously, they have a certain culture, a certain tradition, a certain way that they need to do things. When we're talking about media, we always talk about editorial policy, we talk about in-house way of doing things, and it is important for you to match how you're going to deliver to the audience, how these expect, and how these also expect. But remember, both these are dependent on how these ones are either smiling or frowning. So you also need to consider, why did they get into business? How do they want the business to be done? And holding it all is you right at the bottom. So this is who to keep in mind when you're doing radio. I hope this helps when you're starting to get into radio, for you to understand how things are done and how things should not be done. Remember, it's Izwa, the Facebook page, plus we also have the YouTube channel, and thank you very much for liking the page, Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for your comments and your questions. Keep them coming in, and we'll keep on giving you the information that you want. It's Iswa, keeping you in the know.